Quick look here. Just another episode. Weekly podcast. 4 different players. Special guest star tonight. All right. Rock and roll. We're all ready to go? On 3, 2, 1. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Team Experience podcast. We are a weekly show, and we discuss the vastly different journeys of 4 MUT players through the MUT experience and promos and whatnot. We offer insight, tips, and advice on how you can better enjoy your experience playing the Madden Ultimate Team game. My name is Deke. You can call me Deekster. We're going to give a show to one of our co-hosts tonight. Swain Games will not be joining us. We're thinking about you, Swain. We love you, pal. In his place, we got the ever lovable Kookaburra. He's filling in, and below we got our guy Platinum Woods, our regular staple, they're both gonna offer some great point of views and some advice tonight on various topics, but we're not gonna fib to you. We're going to be looking at definitely zooming in on the actual Zero Chill program, and we're going to give you some thoughts and feedback on what we think about that program. One thing we're going to add tonight in the fourth quarter, the last 15 minutes or so of the show, we're going to be taking questions for those on the podcast and watching YouTube video in our Twitch chat here. We're going to take some questions in the last 15 minutes to see if we can answer and give some good advice to those who are seeking it. So starting off, we're going to kick off at the top of the Brady Bunch Square, and we're going to go to my left, and we're going to talk to Kookie about the Zero Chill program. And what we're looking at, Kookie, is we're wondering, what do you like about the program right now? You know, what so far you experienced do you like? And furthermore, what opportunities or what things could have been done differently that would have gave you that wow factor? Go ahead, Kookie.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have enjoyed the reroll sets in this program, and that's, I think there's a little bit more of an opportunity in there for people to build players based off of training. And I think that's something that's been out of the game so far this year, has been an opportunity for people that have purchased a lot of training or built a lot of training through cheaper cards, because let's be honest, cards are cheaper this year. I think
Yeah.
that's statistically shown. And so now they have a reroll set which you can turn that training into snow, and then turn that snow into a Dion, or even some of the other players, and they can build a card without having to spend those coins. And even you can even make some coins, which myself, I built probably about 4 Dions already, using
Nice.
one, since I switched over to an Eagles Cowboys theme team on one of my accounts, that it was a big bonus. And it's just seeing Dion as receiver and being able to use him on both sides of the ball have been big. But I like that's my favorite part of the program. Where I think the improvement is there's just a lack of quality players in this thing.
Okay.
And I know it's the first part,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I didn't like the Derrick Henry card.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's better cards out there.
I think we have a lot
should
of
be
Derrick
used.
Henrys. Yeah, I agree.
He's good, and
Yeah.
you see him all over the place now. And maybe maybe I don't like the Titans because I'm a Texans fan, and that's a little biased. But at the end of the
Sure.
day, you can do just as much. Running backs, like running backs don't have, you don't need abilities on them, and just like you don't have to use enforcer anymore. So really, those are kind of a dime a dozen. You can get a good card. A Barry is probably from the beginning of the game just as good as him, and then there's just I was expecting more like more of a master and better, maybe more than one big master card at one time or something like that. And the other cards that I just did, I mean, the 93s I wasn't a big fan of. So ultimately I just think there's not enough of that for me to pursue a master like outside of Dion, and that's all I've been doing ever since the program came out. So and that's the only thing I can really do, is go after the highest card and try to sell him at this point until he gets so low he's worthless.
Sure.
Because everybody's going to get him. There's nobody else to get.
And that's going to be very popular on Monday, because as we hit level 10 in the in the chill factor, everyone gets a free OBS player. Well, as soon as those start hitting the market, then everyone's going to get Dion and be dropping them. So I'm curious, Cookie, you're the first person I can talk to who's got him in the lineup. Well, what's your overall take on him in your lineup? Are you satisfied with him? Do you like him? Is he just meh?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not. To me, I have him and Allworth kind of side by side, and they've been kind of fun to play. I haven't used them. I'll be honest, with a big time quarterback.
Okay.
Because I've been working with my Eagles Cowboys theme team, so I either got Romo or Vic throwing to him, and I've
Sure.
had problems with my Eagles Cowboys offensive line because there's no left tackle. But
Right.
but they. But I like him. I'm more of a, like, I think everybody would agree that's watched me play. I'm more of a read option running type of quarterback, and then try to throw short passes and try
Sure.
to break things. I'm not a big time deep threat type of passer. I think Plaid and like somebody like MVP, they can read the defense better than I can, and they can, manipulate that into their favor in these deep passes, and they know how to read the protection, step up in the pocket.
They want
I
that
get
hot route
too,
master breaking that coverage. Yeah, absolutely. That's
yeah, I get too nervous, and I'm like, I'm ready to escape the pocket, or I'm looking at the offensive line. You see, I'm without looking downfield, and that's my biggest flaw in Madden is I'm too impatient with that stuff. But just seeing him on the field. I don't see a huge difference between him and somebody like a Scary Terry,
Okay.
right now,
Interesting.
just from what I've seen. But at the end of the day, you can't really put a label on a big time route runner like that, because
Yeah.
that's the biggest part to
Yeah.
me for him is that route running dynamic. And I know I could see how that could be huge with that route master on him, or route
For sure.
technician. And
Yeah.
so I could see how a lot of people would like that.
Appreciate it. Platt, so far, what's making you happy, Platt? And what are some things that you would do differently if you were on the creative team?
So I'm happy that we got a Charles Woodson. I think he is without a doubt the best.
Do you have him, Platt?
Yes,
Okay.
I have him.
Okay.
He's a 99 overall on my Raiders team. He just looks great out there. So I'm happy that we got a Woodson. It's been a long time since he's been in the game, and I think they made his card. They did a good job making it. They made it desirable. So happy that Woodson's in the game.
So before you go further, Platt, I'll jump in the same question I asked Platt on Dion. What's your thoughts on? You're happy to have him as far as gameplay. Is he what you thought he'd be, or?
Yeah. So Woodson plays very well. Is he head and shoulders above all the other corners? Not really. He's going to play pretty well. He's going to play a lot like the Dominique Rodgers-Cromarties and the Dion corners and
Sure.
the Revises and guys like that. He's going to play very similar, but it's just cool to have the card in the game. He fits my team very well. With as far as Dion, I love that Dion card.
Oh, so you have him as well, Platt?
I don't have Dion.
Okay.
I'm going to pick him up on Monday, but
the card is fantastic. The card's fantastic.
He's statted out very well.
Yes.
Just on a theme team, he gets up to 99 speed. On normal teams, he's about 97, hits all the route running. After the catch, he's probably the best wide receiver in the game as far as spin and juke. So fantastic. I'm happy with that. Derrick Henry, I feel like, is a good card, but he doesn't play well in this Madden. He's not slow. He can get up to, I think, 95 speed, powered up with sprinter, and that's no joke. I mean, 95 speed's really good for a running back. The
Especially a power back.
Is, he's not a receiving back. He can't juke. He can't really spin. He's not elusive, and that's kind of where Madden's been for a while. So that card, just looking at it, it looks great, and the idea of a Derrick Henry card being, among the fastest running backs and being able to truck and stiff arm is great. The issue is trucking and stiff arm is not really a sustainable strategy this year when you run the ball. He's going to get the same animations as a Reggie Bush or a Barry Sanders or a Todd Gurley or somebody like that. So, he's not really going to look and feel very different. So, with that said, what would I do differently? I think the biggest thing is the 93s that they gave us that go into these Derrick Henry, Charles Woodson sets.
Sure.
They are just trash.
Yeah.
They are not good.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's keeping those cards and, putting them on their team. I think they could have done a lot better if they gave us fullbacks, offensive linemen, give us that Jonnu Smith instead of it being the 75 that you melt down, give it to us as, a 92 or a 93, whatever those component cards are. Give us those. And then that's somebody that, okay, you can keep on your team because he's fast, he hits the route running thresholds, he's just a fantastic card. But the cards that they gave us, and even the cards that they're giving us tomorrow, they gave us a sneak peek of those. It's, Justin Pugh and J.D. McCoy and Devin White, I think, is the other, linebacker for the Bucks. These cards are not good unless you're running a team. They are not going to start on anybody else's team. So, I enjoyed the Masters. I enjoyed the reroll opportunities. The presents look really good. I'm looking forward to those. There's a couple really, really rare ones out there that I think are great. Gives people a way to, spend their coins, spend their time, spend their training, and that's great. They like the Masters, like the presents. I like the melting players. That's a cool idea. Jonnu Smith's really the only good one out there that I think anyone should go after.
Pretty beast-like, eh?
The Snow Beasts are, they're okay. The Jason Kelsey, I feel like, is probably the best one. He's among the best centers in the game. So, anyone can find a spot for him on their team. So, we kind of covered all the different things that we've gotten so far. I think overall the program's been a dub so far.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
I would give it a positive rating. What could make it better is giving us better 93s. That way, we, when we get those cards back, we want to keep them on our team instead of just, quick selling them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. The 93s were lackluster. The only thing I would say, because they can be they can be easy to get. For someone who wanted to throw them in a backup position to get those chems built, to get the 2x shaker or 2x sprinter and get their chemistry up to a 3 overall in each player, that helps. But it's at this stage of the game, it's kind of early to start doing that, but it's a possibility. I agree with Woodson. It's great having him in the game, and I see his numbers and they look just crazy. I don't have them yet. I do plan to get them. I did do a Henry to flip, and I only flipped it for 30K. The plan was a big L. 30K profit for the effort put into it wasn't what I was looking for. But I don't like the card. It's not for me. I think it's more for, like you said, the Titans fans, because if you look at he's definitely better than Bo Jackson, who I had powered up. His numbers better than that. I have Corey Dillon powered up with the Pats Chem for a power back. They weren't that much different except for his speed. So I thought, when I need to go through that line on a 2-yard line, I'll use all thought of Corey Dillon instead of investing into a Derrick. And Dion, definitely going to have Dion, but I think his stats are exaggerated. I mean, when they brought him out 3 years ago as a wide receiver in this program, he was a 93, and his route running wasn't very good at all. His speed was there, of course, and he had a deep route running, but it wasn't anything for short or medium. And this year, it's like he's a god. So take advantage of that and get him. But we'll see where he is at the end of the year and at the program. But yeah, I agree. So just quickly, Platt, you said a positive. What would you give it on a 1 to 10? The program right now.
So far, I'd give it between a 7 and an 8. Let's say 7.5.
So Platt's saying 7.5.
It could have been a big dub if they gave us better 93s. But at least we get those cards back. If we don't like them, we can quick sell them, turn that into the snow, and make a little bit of coin back off of it. So I think overall, in projecting where we're going to be by this time next week, I feel like we're going to get a lot more cards, a lot more opportunities, more presents, more ways to engage with the program. So 7.5 right now. I feel like, if they just bump up the cards just a little bit, if we get somebody that's coveted by this community, I feel like it can go up to an 8 or a 9.
Okay. Kookie, can you put a numerical value on it, what you give it overall right now based on what you've seen and experienced?
Yeah, no, not enough cards for me. No LTDs, no house rules. So for somebody that, I'm a glutton for punishment, so it doesn't bother me to play weekend league. Well, it does mentally, but I'm talking about You know, I'm talking about it does. I'll go in and play weekend league or head to head or whatever. But so for the people that aren't big into those things and like the house rules as their online competition,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so far it's been an L because the solos took
Yeah.
little to no time,
Yeah.
hardly any time at all. I think I did it at my lunch, and so it was like it was that you know to me there could be so much more with the Christmas stuff, which is cool. But I would like them. I wish they could do some sort of Christmas Blitz thing like they did earlier with
Mm-hmm.
the Blitz
Mm-hmm.
program and mix that in. I think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do something crazy with it, I don't know, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things like, like it's Christmas. Surprise me with like a random, pack to purchase or something. I know they just, it's just snow you can buy, and let's be honest, the stuff you could buy that were randomly, whatever they give you, the stuff in the store that's buy it now or it goes
Right.
away. That was kind of bad.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough of it. And you
Yep.
could get snow real easily from training,
Yes.
and so there's no incentive for me to buy that stuff. But I want, yeah, I think they could have done a lot more with it. But especially for the people that don't play weekend league or head to head. But for the program, yeah, I mean, I'd probably 5.
Five. Okay,
Something
that's
like
fair
that.
enough. Fair enough. I'm kind of riding on the coattails of my guy Platt. And this is a great thing. We said early on in the intro, and it's the intro that our guy Westman, great show to a great guy and part of the show. We do this show because we're tracking different experiences in Madden. And I'm going to kind of give it a 7.5 based on one of the reasons why Kookie gave a little smaller ranking. And that was, I like the fact that the solos were easy. I mean, they were your high school prom night, in and out and you're done. Because you know what, when you're talking about a full-time job and you're streaming, and we normally don't do challenges on stream. You know what, it's not the best entertainment. It's like watching reruns of Modern Family. You do because you love it, not because you want to. So you do your solos off stream. So to find time to do all that, to get in and do solos that are that are good payback and do them quickly, I kind of like that. Players, Platt, I'm with you, and Cookie. You know what, they could. Again, I hate to be, negative Ned, but they could have done better with the players, making them a little more applicable right now and a little more serviceable down the road. But overall, so far, 7.5. There's lots to do, at your own leisure. Lots of ways to make snow. Lots of ways to make training. There's all kinds of little things that the people are doing to have fun. So I give it 7.5 too. That was my predetermined score along with Platt. So and a 5 from Cookie. Appreciate that. Nothing but sheer honesty. Love it. So let's talk about the ghost of Christmas future. So zero chill moving forward. Effective tomorrow and for the next week or probably 2 weeks, right, Platt? We're going to 2 weeks. And we'll start with you. What do you think we're going to see? What in Platt's mind and your experience in zero chills over the year do you think we'll see? But what does Platt want to see? Those 2 questions, bud.
So what I think we're going to get, the ghost of Madden will get past, present, and future. So what I believe is the future cards will be the lowest overalls. I believe those will be 93s is what I think. So the future cards are going to be young players.
Okay.
They'll be good in the future, right? So those will be 93 overalls.
I'm going to ask you a question with that, Platt. Do you foresee that we'll get any of the rookie premieres in that bunch?
We could.
Okay.
We could. They may drop us right tackle or at this point I can't even recall who all the rookie premieres are.
Yeah.
I think maybe did we get a Joe Burrow rookie premiere?
Mm-hmm.
He would be a great ghost of Madden future,
I agree.
so,
I think we'll see it. I agree 100%.
we'll probably see that. We'll have the Madden present players. Those, in my opinion, will be a 94 overall. I think Patrick Mahomes has got to get a card.
Oh my gosh.
The other ones, not really good at predicting that. I don't really know who needs a card, but I know that Patrick Mahomes desperately needs a card. So I do think he'll get one. I believe he got one last year too. So the Ghost of Madden past, traditionally those have been pretty good. Last year we got a Vic, we got who else? John Randall.
Was there a Lawrence Taylor last year?
No, we didn't get Lawrence. But they were pretty good cards, and the way it worked last year is you had three kind of regular cards, and they went into a set, and that gave you kind of the Ghost of Madden past, present, and future kind of master card. So it was kind of like a little mini promo, of itself. So that's what I think we're going to get. What I would like to see is basically what they did last year. I don't
Mhm.
think that I want anything different. They had reroll, options for that. You could go out and spend, snow and get one of these cards randomly. So there was a little bit of a gamble there. You needed 3 that went into the set. You would get duplicates and have to re-roll until you ultimately got the 3 that you wanted.
Right.
And then you could put them in that set. So I like that. I think if they just clone everything they did last year, I think that would be a great, mini kind of promo. I think Vic would be great. I think Bo Jackson would be great. Obviously, a Randy would be fantastic. I did see come across my phone, Sean Taylor will
I
be
just
in
see
the
in
game
chat too.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's one of the 50 players. So
That's huge.
I think that means for sure that we're not getting Randy Moss in the 50 program tomorrow. They probably would have led with that, but Sean Taylor, that looks like a pretty decent free safety for us. So, back to the zero chill though, though that's kind of what I'm expecting of the Ghost of Madden. Whenever we do get that, it might be maybe Monday, is what I'm guessing, because the next part of zero chill is tomorrow. Obviously, we're not going to get anything kind of over the weekend. I think Legends Saturday, they'll probably take Sunday off. Monday, we'll probably hit Ghost of Madden and then take us into the final kind of part of the promo.
Yeah, it should be very interesting. Pookie, we're going to turn over to you now. What do you think we're going to see in the coming 2 weeks, and based on your experiences, and what would Cookie want to see to make him giggity with joy?
I'd like to see a CD Lamb upgrade for my Cowboys and Eagles theme team. I think he's been phenomenal. Gets a lot of attention.
And he
Especially
was the receiver in the rookie premiere, was he not?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was,
Yes,
and
yeah.
so was the other one. I think will be Chase
Chase
Young.
Young.
Yeah.
I think
he's another one.
I think he's got a good opportunity. This is always tough for me because I try to sit back and think of who would be in the 50 program and who would be in the Madden present or past program. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to sit down there and I'm like, right, I'm more to the past, obviously, but I think I'd like to see I guess moving to the past, I'd like to see I don't know if Bruce Smith has received anything to date. I don't know if he's even in the game. I have to pay attention to Yimmy's team, but I don't know if he's even in there.
Not yet.
LT would be somebody. Barry needs another upgrade. So there's a lot of potential for the Niners have gotten a plethora of goodies this year, so I think it's only a matter of time before they get something else. Randy Moss at some point has to get here, or he's just not going to get here. Because I mean, just dropping him in February would just suck. And so at this point, it's hard for me to. It's kind of hard for me to predict. I missed the last year's Christmas program. But I think those are the people that come to mind when I think of people I'd like to see in the game.
Sure.
But I'm always, and for present, I mean, I haven't seen like anything like around Alvin Kamara, and he just seems like, and Ezekiel Elliott, those are guys that, you don't. You feel like, I mean, more, I guess, Kamara, but you don't like what's happened to their cards. Like, I mean, they were pretty good cards, and like they're present players. But I mean, obviously, who knows? But those are like just some people that come to my mind like that. But I'm a big past Madden guy. I like the cards from the past. I've always I try to play with players of the past because you can't see them play every day.
Yeah.
And so I always like stuff like that. But
How's Madden doing with that this year, in your opinion, Cookie? Were you a fan of that? Are they doing a good job bringing the older guys back?
Yes, I think that's one thing they're doing a good job of. There's a lot of legends, and the legend there's even like in the 50 program supplements that. So I think that I mean I was talking to Swain about this earlier, and I think we can agree that that Shane Leckler shouldn't be in the 50, but we or Janikowski, but I mean, there's still people that are important special teams, and those are people that are are important. But I love legends, like I like playing with them, It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun to kind of
Yeah.
reminisce and see how they play on the field.
Mhm.
And I've always been a big fan of that. But I think they've done a good job with a lot of old school folks in here, and so you could have a mix of both, or you could pretty much have a whole team of legends anymore, out there,
Mhm.
especially with offensive line and all that.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been good. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of the Christmas stuff, and hopefully they can, when all this combines with the rest of the 50. There'll be a lot of different options for people to choose, and then you really have to decide where you want your coins or where you want your bundle money to go,
Mhm.
because you could easily spend $500 a weekend now,
Oh my
in
gosh.
Madden,
Yeah.
like if you really wanted everything, and like, so it's tough to do that, obviously. But
Yeah.
if you really wanted to do that, that's probably what you're looking at,
Yeah.
to get the stuff from the programs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I agree 100% with what we're going to get coming up. Like Platt alluded to, or you're going to get the Ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future. And I like what he says too about the graduation of the overalls, and we'll see that. I think, and I know last year they started recognizing some of the rookie premiere at this time of year. I think it's too late, and I said before, if they're this late again, I'll stop putting time and effort into that program and getting all those cards. And again, this year they're doing it. So, I mean, Jeff Okuda, I don't believe seen anything. The cornerback from Detroit, I don't believe he has any kind of an upgrade. Wirfs has got one upgrade. I think Chase got one upgrade. Queen's a 90, I want to say. So they deserve some of those guys are playing pretty good. So I think the names of Platt they're out there, Chase and CeeDee Lamb, or sorry, Cookie, they will get upgrades in the Ghost Christmas Pass. The gifts really intrigue me. I'm not a gift person. I think we pay too much snow. There's too much gamble, and the odds are too low from what I see on Twitter and what I see in all the chats and people talking. That the extra large gifts, which I believe, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, will be the players. They're really rare. The bigger presents are going to be the different packs, from what I understand, the mediums, and then the smalls being in particular players like Team of the Week and so on and so forth. So I think we wait that out. You know what? It's not a bad question. We're going to throw it around the horn. I say for the gifts, you wait it out and see how it all unfolds Christmas Day. Now, Asian K did mention that Christmas Day was going to be wild. Now, was he debating us, or is it really going to be wild? And if that's the case, do we wait and snipe those cards when they hit the market, or do you get the packs and get the gifts now? And Platt, we'll go to you first. What do you have some kind of strategy there that you're going to do regarding gifts?
So here's my strategy. It's very practical and it's not a lot of fun, but here's how I choose to engage with the content. You know, I'm not buying any
I thought you were
presents.
describing missionary there for a minute.
I'm
I
not buying any
apologize to all our
presents.
fans. It's a Friday Eve. I apologize.
I'm not doing any of the sets unless I have to get my chill factor up. What I'm doing is I'm just waiting for those presents to open, figuring out who they are, and then just buying those players if I want them.
Okay.
I think the cost of these presents are way too hhy.
I know.
I think Fox spent 3 million coins today just trying to get
Mm-hmm.
the rare extra large present. Like, that's crazy.
Did you say goat? Sorry, gut?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gut
I seen
Fox,
that tweet. Yeah.
3 million coins.
Yeah.
So that whatever's coming out of that gift is not going to be worth 3 million coins. So I'm just building my coins, waiting for these, presents to open, because as soon as they open, these people are just going to try to quickly sell them,
Mm-hmm.
whether they like them or not.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I'm just going to swoop in, whether it's training or whether it's a card that I actually want. I'm just going to try to find it at its bottom and just buy a bunch of them.
Okay, and I want to capture this before we go to Cookie with the same question. So I like your strategy, by the way, for sure, 100%. Do you have any predictions you want to make on one, two, or more of these players you think we'll see, or these gifts that I want to record it and we can talk about it next week and see how close we get?
Okay, so I'll give a couple. I'll give a couple of guesses on each of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's like a silver and black
Mm-hmm.
extra large present. I'm gonna guess that that's a Raider. So my guesses on that, either Bo Jackson or Tim Brown. I think
Okay.
those are players that are, especially Bo, is popular in Madden every year, and even around Christmas
Mhm.
time, he normally gets a card. So if it's Bo Jackson, I don't think anyone would be surprised at that. There's another extra large present that looks kind of like Steelers colors. It's like a
Yes.
black and yellow. So for that, I'm thinking Franco Harris. as a secondary, maybe Dermonte Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the game,
That'd be a nice
over
card.
the years.
Yeah.
So, probably Franco. I think Franco would be a really cool stealer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's another one that may be like a red and silver. I don't even know what team that is. It
Is
could
that the
be,
really rare one that everyone's talking about?
well, the really rare one I think is the black and silver one.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
like the extra, the rare XL one.
Mm-hmm. And even the quick sell is even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 65,000 snow, where the other XLs I think are like 30 or 35K. But yeah, that red one, I don't really even know what team that could be. I mean, it could be the Cardinals, it could be maybe the 49ers. I don't think so, but if it's the Cardinals, it'd be cool if we got like a Pat Tillman. That would be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be awesome. Loved that Tilly card last year. Loved it.
Maybe a Larry Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to tell. That's why
Yeah.
I'm not spending too much money, spending too much energy going after these presents, because something that costs you $500K to get could be a Larry Fitzgerald, and that's not going to sell for anything close to $500K.
Yeah, very, very vanilla.
I'm just trying to, I'm watching all my friends open these packs and kind of living vicariously through them, because it is fun.
Yeah.
Getting the presents and opening the presents is a very fun time.
It's
one of the best times of the year.
Something to look forward to on Christmas Day. And you know what? Before we go to our guy Kook, one thing I'm really annoyed that EA did, and that is there's no more suspense now in opening your daily pack up, your daily coin reward. And the reason why I don't like that, because when Halloween hit, October 31st, from that day to Christmas Day, I would save every one and open them all up on Christmas Day. And it was a lot of fun. It'd be like whatever it be, 60 or 65 coin packs open up, and I enjoyed that. So, EA, you know what? Go back to letting us open the pack up. Don't just throw it in our locker and leave it there. So, Kookie, I'm interested to hear from you. So, the gifts, do they have you dreaming of gumdrops and candy canes? Are you investing in buying the gifts, or are you gonna wait out and see what happens? And who do you think will see in those gifts, sir?
I think anybody that's ever talked to me or knows me knows I'm getting the presents. And,
I knew you were gonna say it. Dollars to donuts. I was gonna bet that.
I have probably about 50 to 75 presents right now. I have now the thing is
there's not
that
a present anywhere in Whoville. Cookie has them all. There's not a gift anywhere in Whoville.
Well, the shifty part is I probably quick sold about 50 of them. So but the funny part is that I've been trying to get some reroll and random packs to get some XLs. I've only got 2 of them though. Which is, it's okay, but better than nothing. But I was hoping for a little bit more, but I do have a lot of large presents. But I don't know. It's always, it's hard. I wish they had more extra large presents, but like very rare. I kind of wish that, because you always hear the same ones, or people get the same ones, which is fine. But
what do we have for a number, Cookie? Do you know? Is 4 or 5? Is that accurate? Plaque Cookie? It's like 4 or 5 extra large? Yeah, XLs.
That's as far as I'm aware of.
Yeah,
I know at least. I know of the 3.
I want to say there's 3, maybe 4.
Maybe 4. Okay.
But I do think we're getting a refresh in presents. Like, these won't be the only presents.
Interesting. Okay.
No, I agree with Platt. I think they'll definitely have a reload of that. And you're talking to the guy that randomly bought like 20 hot chocolates for no reason. So I don't know why I did that. Like, I was like, oh shit, I'm just gonna get a bunch of hot chocolates, and I looked at my.
I have no idea why
I do that.
But you know what? In case we need it, in case the pandemic spreads, I'm getting all the hot chocolate I can effing get.
Well, Cookie, you're actually in luck, because we are getting more cards.
Yes. More beast. More beast.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a bunch of people. I bought a bunch of gingerbread guys. I made a bunch of guys who, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me, but I bought a bunch of that crap, and then so now I got a bit sitting around. And
so Cookie, you have these gifts. Have you looked at them at all? Do you see anything that would give you a hunch of who they are, or have you just they're in my binder, that's where they are, screw it?
I mean, I think for sure it's Steelers on the black and yellow. I think that's pretty obvious. Now I'm kind of wanting I'm guessing my guess, and just because I just liked him as a player,
Sure.
is Hines Ward.
Oh yeah. It's pretty hard not to like Hines Ward.
As a route runner.
Yeah.
You know,
And a leader.
Yeah, and because they already have Bettis as the legend, so he's old. He's not going to be out there. I don't think he's going to be. I mean, but I kind of thought of Terry Bradshaw randomly, like
yeah.
I thought that might be a guy.
Can you
because,
imagine?
Yeah, I mean, I think Gut Fox has got to be itching at the mouth for to see what that's in that present, because he's a big Steelers fan, and he likes his Steelers, I think. So I think he'll be curious on that one.
Mhm.
The one that I'm intrigued the most of is the other one, the red, white, and black trim.
Mhm.
So I've narrowed it down to what I think it could be. Okay, so I think it's either Patrick Mahomes, Christian Okoye, or Michael Vick. And that's my guess, because it could be a Falcon, it could be a Chief, in my opinion. Because I don't think the Cardinals have a black, and I mean they do have some black unis, so maybe, but I couldn't. I mean the Cardinals have gotten so much love this year. I think it's gonna be one of those three.
And I'm sorry, who's the third one, sir? Okoye, Mahomes, and who's the third one?
And Vic.
Vic, thank you.
Falcon. I'm guessing a Falcon, because I think
Sure.
the black trim is what's got me in my mind racing to say, like, okay, what is that? And Vic is due for an upgrade, a big one. And Lamar's already got his, so it's a matter of time, because I mean Vic got his rather early, his card,
Mhm.
and so he's due. But I think that I that's my guess. I think Vic is probably my front runner and the guess, but just because of the black trim.
Mhm.
But you never know. I mean, they could be sneaky with a Cardinal or Chief or something like that. But that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But I'm stacking up. I'm gonna probably do my hardest to get all the XLs,
Mhm.
whatever, what I can do, and see what I can get. But and it is like Platt said, is it the best financial decision? Probably not, but at the end of the day, it'll get them. It'll be good. Maybe Swain will let me help open those on a stream or something like that.
I was going to ask that question. Did you have any plans, my friend, on your stream, or on, open them up and for a reveal? Because I think it's great content. I think it's great content.
Yeah, Madden streaming for me is tough, because the anger that the game brings me, and it's never a good thing. But I leave that to the experts that can control their emotions. But I ultimately, it would be good content. Swain sometimes lets me open packs on his stream, for that, because people like seeing the packs, and I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And I like supporting everybody in the community, the BCOT, whatever they need
Yes,
to
you
do.
do. Yes, you do, sir.
And so but is it wise for me to blare out 20 expletives on stream in the middle of a weekend league game and throw a controller and break my headset? Probably not, but would it be good content? Sure.
Hey, you're right. Yeah. Some people love that content. Absolutely, for sure. They
right.
They love that, and that's what the show is about. The 4 different journeys, right, and pass.
Ever since the Clint Oldenburg game, I haven't been the same. I got mid blitz to death, and it is one of those games that just makes you rethink about life. And then I'm gonna find we'll get him. I'm gonna get him one day. I'm gonna get him one day back. I'm gonna match up. It's only a matter of time. I'm gonna get him though. He can do whatever he wants, but I'll be waiting on him. So we'll see.
I love it. My take on the gifts is I get both perspectives, and I'm gonna swing to the Platt side in this one for sure. And it's not that I'm not a risk taker. Heck, I mean I love gambling, but just not with these gifts. I don't see the intrigue there yet, but I'm all about the content that Cookie has, which is stocking up on him. I would love to be, watch him open those up on his stream or another stream. Be great, because who knows. I love all the guesses. I really do truly believe we're going to see Bo Jackson come out of that one gift. I love a Tim Brown guess, because the last time we had Tim Brown in the game, he was very underrated. I don't think we're going to see Hines Ward. I really don't. I think it's going to be definitely. Oh my gosh, left my whole train of thought there at that one. Harris. It's going to be a Harris upgrade for that. Franco Harris. That's my thoughts on that one. And the black one's got me intrigued. I really don't know. I seen the chat and I agree. It could even be a Buccaneer. I don't think it's Brady. I don't think it's a Brady card. I really don't. But I'm trying to rack my brains with the Buccaneers. Who else is there? Is Mike Evans worthy of a card or a gift? I don't know. But I mean, as far as Pat Mahomes, he will be answered this drop, this promo. He's going to be one of the ghosts of Christmas present. He's going to be a 95. I'd almost guarantee it. That's how I see it rolling out next week. But as far as the gifts, though, Cookie, I wish you all the best luck. I can't wait to see what you get. And hopefully some good grabs there. I'll be grabbing Bo Jackson for sure on whenever they crack open and see what we can do with that. Okay, so we are entering the third quarter here. That was great conversation. Love that.
Are you going to make a Cal Patties team, Dick?
You know what? I'm leaning towards it, but you know what? It was you. You allude to one issue with that. Like I got my patch theme team that I work on. It's my side project. Like it's almost like life. We got that little side project we put a little bit of time into, but not as much as we should. So I got a 90 overall patch theme team that will go into the tournament at the end of the year. But I like kind of the God Squad because I hear you talk about that problem you have with your 25-25 team, and you're lacking that left tackle. And man, that really that frustrates me. That when you get that one clog that you can't grease and you can't fix, nothing you can do about it, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting. But I see these Cowboys drop, and I got no beef with the Cowboys at all. I really don't. And I think, the whole cow patties thing would be a kind of neat take on it. Platt alluded to the fact where there's teams that there were better DBs. He's absolutely right. I mean, I like our patty DBs, but they're kind of left in the dust, in the last, 2 months. They were great when they came out of the gates back in the fall, and now they're kind of left in the dust. So, yeah, he's right there. But I'm still leaning. I'm still thinking about it, but quarterback will be the issue. I got to have wheels. I got to be able to panic and run, and there's nobody. I think Romo doesn't have it. I mean, no one, but we'll see. I'm thinking about Cookie. Well, we'll see. Definitely considering it. Right now, I'm 25 Pats and a bunch of others.
Just for some insight for people on the 25, my Cowboys Eagles theme team, which I did an elimination wheel for to get those two, not by choice, we're a 91 offense and I'm at a 95 defense.
Wow.
So that you could see where my offense
the benefits
has some
there.
struggles. Yes.
While we're on that, can you talk briefly about your 25-25, what you have and where you're at on both sides of the ball? Because people like that.
I'm a 95 overall, 95.
So you hit 95. Nice. Well done. GG's.
So I've got, right now I've got 25 49ers, 30 Raiders. So I've still got 5 spots that I could potentially open up. If we get a Randy Moss, if we get, a Jerry Rice upgrade, then that'll just be even more, equity for my team. So
it's definitely a benefit with 25-25. I can see that for sure. Definitely a benefit.
Yep. I mean, and the great thing about the 25-25 is you get both of the team diamonds. So if you're building only one theme team, you only get the benefit of the one team diamond. If you do a split, that's just going to open up more slots that you can fill with theme team players. So
you guys are both 95 offense, 94 defense. Is that what I understood? Was I right there?
95 and 95. Yeah.
95. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. 95 across the board. So I think I counted. I have a total of 13 open slots.
Okay.
That I can use for non-Niner, non-Raiders. So they've been very blessed this year. I don't really need to use a lot of those slots. Mostly offensive line and wide receiver right now.
Gotcha.
The defense is just completely stacked. There's defenders all over the place for Niners and Raiders. So offense is a little low. I'm still using Brett Favre at quarterback. I just think he's the best. I love using him.
I enjoyed him while I had him. I'm not gonna fib Platt. I enjoyed him while I had him. I really did.
Yeah.
But with the Lamar upgrade, I couldn't help but jump on that Lamar thing. That was I'm loving him.
I did make some upgrades. Lance Allworth, added him at wide receiver. He's just so good, really fast.
His numbers look crazy.
Yeah, he plays really well.
Yeah. And you have him as well too, Cookie, right? You guys are both with Lance Allworth.
Yes,
yeah. Nice.
Yes. That's with him and Dion now. That's a good 1-2 punch, and with good, they both get really good route running chems.
Nice.
So it's been a big help.
And who else, Platt, did you upgrade this past week?
So Charles Woodson was a big one. He's a
Sure.
Raider, so
Sure.
he hits 99 overall. That really helped my defense out and helped him overall out.
So-
Ted Hendricks,
Oh, wow.
put him at outside linebacker. He's a 97 on my team, so it was a good week, big week for my team.
And you said earlier, just for those coming in late, that your Woodson hit 99. Did you not say that, or did I misunderstand you? Gee, that's crazy in December. That's early. I'm sorry. That even for a team, that's early. But it's wonderful. You know, I'm happy. It's great. Yeah, definitely great. And he only, and Mike, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Green Bay and Raiders, correct? That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Definitely an investment for sure. Okay, so we're into the third quarter here, fast. Oh my gosh, third quarter closing in. So we're gonna jump over before our goals. You know, one of my favorite parts of the show, and I think everyone's. Let's hear from our platinum players and who we have on deck for this week. I got a funny feeling there's gonna be some good ones here, chat and viewers.
So I've kind of been leaning towards giving a budget player, kind of a medium player, and then a high end player. So I'm going to stick with that theme. I think that
good idea. Yeah, I like that. I like that
for everybody. Jason Kelsey is a snow beast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you basically get his card for free just from doing a few
It's crazy.
solos.
It's crazy.
And to power him all the way up to to a 92, all it takes is 8,800 snow, which is basically like an 87 overall. It's like 20K. So for a little over 20K, you could have, if not the best center in the game, easily like a number 2, number 3 center.
And his other cards aren't high at all. His power up's not high.
His power up's not high.
No,
I mean,
because I went and grabbed them all last week.
Yep. So, and I have him on my team. So all of these guys that I'm recommending this week, they are starters on my team.
So did you put that 93 in with the power up, Platt?
I did.
And what did you have? What's he on your team right now? Is overall?
He's at 94.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't kim him up. I tried a lot of different ways. It bothers me that I couldn't get him to a 95, but I just couldn't,
And what are you using on your offense right now, Platt, just for everyone?
So offense, I'm running 50 play fake.
Gotcha.
I like to play fake because it helps with short and medium route running, and it also still gives you throw power, for your quarterback. So and on top of that, it gives offensive line, good stats as well.
Where they wouldn't get it and go deep, or yeah.
Yeah, go deep is great because of the throw power, but hashtag free tone, love you, bud. The go deep, it doesn't really help anyone outside of your quarterback and your deep running on receivers. So go deep's been something I've used in the past, but until I can really max out 2 chemistries, I'm sticking with play fake.
Good advice. Yeah.
My second player that I'm going to recommend this week is Ted Hendricks. Very affordable outside linebacker. He can play left outside linebacker or right outside linebacker. He's a 97 on my team.
Okay.
Either outside linebacking position. He's fast. Even if you don't have a team, you could get him up to 91 speed. And like I said, his overall is high no matter where you put him. He's got great zone, good pass rushing abilities, good hit power, good block shed. Like, he is all around just a fantastic card. He can do anything for you. If you want to drop him into coverage, he's got great zone. If you want to rush him off the edge, he's got good power move, and he's got great speed for when he does make that block shed.
So you got a ballpark coinage on him, Platt? Roughly what a cost would be? A ballpark cost on Hendricks?
Okay.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah,
that's very affordable.
If you're going to build Ted Hendricks, and I would say the same for any of these guys, wait until Saturday. You're going to have a big influx of new cards coming in. So his card will continue to go down. But I think you can get him right now at around 200K, probably be a little lower on Saturday. And the last player is the big one.
That's a big one, yeah. Let's hear this one.
Charles Woodson. He's just a fantastic
card.
I could have went Dion, but I haven't tried Dion, so I didn't want to recommend someone that I haven't tried. But Charles Woodson and Dion, they're 1-1A for this week. I think they are the best players at their position, which is what we should be getting out of these master cards. It's a little weird that Dion is the best at his position. I completely agree and understand that opinion. But with that said, it's a master card, and he's the best at his position. So I'm not gonna.
It is very weird. Yeah, for sure.
Charles Woodson same thing. It's not weird that he's the best because 95 overall. Especially on my team, I can kim him up to a 99. I have lockdown, maxed out. So plus I get the extra speed boost from having 25 Raiders on my team. So those are the three guys this week.
Those are great picks.
They all play very well.
Jason Kelce, Todd Hendricks.
Ted Hendricks,
sorry.
and
Ted Hendricks
Charles
and Charles Woodson. Great picks. And you know what? Very affordable too. Yeah, for sure. So we are in the fourth quarter, chat. So what we were trying to do is we want to make sure that we are actually, if we don't cover things during the podcast, we're actually, and I apologize for the viewers who are listening to the podcast post-production and those who are watching on YouTube that you can ask questions, but throw a comment in the YouTube comments section below if you have a question for the next show, and we'll definitely check it out and get to it. But those in chat and our live chat here on Twitch, if you have anything at all you want to ask regarding the promo or anything at all, please feel free to drop it in the chat. I didn't see anything fly by previously. In the meantime, I'll throw questions out here that I have to these two gentlemen that some may be curious of. And I'll start with our guy Kookie. Kookie, what are you going to do starting, tomorrow to prepare for the rest of Zero Chill? And I'll get to you, Platt, on the same question. What's your plan for preparation moving forward for Zero Chill?
I think it's going to depend on the rest of the 50 cards, Deke, to be honest with you, for me, is because
Sure.
I've actually had a lot of fun. I mean, granted, it is Cowboys and Eagles, but I've had a lot of fun with the theme team aspect of it. And I've never had a theme team. I've never thought about a theme team. Like, I tried a Texans theme team, and obviously that's a dumpster fire this year. But the best thing to come out of that was freaking Deshaun Watson having a good game against Detroit. But I guess everybody does. But really, it gets me excited to watch. The theme teams get me excited to watch it because instead of just like, oh God, I got to get this best player now, I can like, oh, maybe I don't have to get this guy, and I could wait and see what's exciting for those particular two teams or who's played for those two teams. And the odds are there's going to be that one card that it might not be the most popular card or the most expensive card.
Sure.
At the time, but you're like, man, that's a cool little piece, and I've never thought of MUT like that. Like when I first came into MUT, I was like, for especially somebody that I would consider myself about a 60% win percentage type of player, just being honest. Like it's, and so, I win my share, but I lose a lot too. But I think it's kind of a different deal to say, let's see how the piece of the puzzle looks, and maybe I don't have to go after the craziest cards every week and be that guy, and then that puts a lot of stress on you playing online because you're like, I've got everything, why am I still suck, or why am I still losing? And then now I can be like, well, I can put this piece together and maybe I'll get a little bit better with this team and like just see how far I could take this team. And I've had so much, I've had a lot of fun with that. And I think that's with the theme team thing, you could build a theme team, a third, 25 for not a lot of coins. Maybe the whole team for 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Honestly, or something like that. Like, and that sounds like a lot, but not for a whole team.
No, and you're right too.
So I think it's, but to answer your question, I guess is, the 50 has a lot to do with what I'm going to do with the rest. Obviously, I'm going to overload on presence if they reload that. And I'm curious to see what the Masters will be like. I thought I heard a rumor somewhere of a Shady McCoy. So if Shady comes out and he's an Eagle,
I don't know if he has a power up though.
Yeah, but I mean, right now for my Cowboys, I have Herschel Walker and Ezekiel Elliott, who don't. Let's be honest, they're not performing very well at running back. So I think a Shady McCoy would be a good addition to my team.
He'll have Buccaneers chemistry though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Eagles chemistry.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Platt, what are you doing to get ready for the rest of the promo? And then we got three great questions in the chat.
I mean, there's going to be cards that come out that I'm going to want to buy day one, hour one. So just stacking coins, still doing my solos, still using my power up passes, That's pretty much it, though. There's not a lot going on with cards that I want to add to my team. All the cards that have come out that I want,
Yeah.
I've already added. So I would like to echo what Kookie said. Playing with a theme team is a different experience than just playing much straight up. There's cards on my team that, like a Reggie Bush. He's not the most expensive halfback in the game. He doesn't have the best stats, but to me, for my team, he's the best running back for me. So no matter who comes out, he's not getting replaced until, maybe a Bo Jackson comes out. And even at that point, he'll still have a spot for my scheme in the receiving game. I look at somebody like Taylor Mays. Taylor Mays is not the best strong safety in the game, but because of the theme team that I run, it makes him even better and more competitive when it comes to the strong safeties in the game.
Yeah, for real.
Ronnie Lott is another one. There's all kinds of players sprinkled throughout MUT that once you put them on a theme team and once you get those extra boosts, they become either one or two best cards at their position, or at least they're competitive at their position. So running a theme team early in the year is not really a viable option if you're trying to be competitive. But I'm always keeping my eye on, okay, what would a theme team look like? What's a 25 team look like? And the rest being God squads. And then it gets to a point where, okay, I think I can do a split team. I think I can do 25 and 25 and fill in the holes with 13 players throughout the team. So when my left tackle sucks, well, it doesn't matter. I can go out and get the best left tackle in the game. Even though he didn't play for one of the teams, it's okay. I'm running more of a hybrid.
So I'm going to jump on what you talked about. Your plan is for Zero Chill, and I'm going to segue it for a question that we have from our guy Bernie 67 in chat, and he's wondering, what are some tips for people with low coin stacks right now to enjoy this promo? And I'll start with you, Platt, and we'll go to our guy Cookie.
So it's a tough question. If you don't have coins, you can always do the solos. Okay. So there's ways to engage with this program. Do your dailies, do your solos. That's going to rank up your chill factor, right? So at level 5, you get a free 93. So if we're assuming, because we don't know this person's team, but if he has low coins, let's assume that he's got a middle of the road team. Let's say he has a 91 overall type team. Well, that's a 93 that you get just from doing solos, ranking up your chill factor. That's going to help your team. Just continue to do things like that throughout the promo. If you're trying to make coins, I think the get a player method is still the best method. Rip them for years. Sell them. You're going to hit your power ups. You're going to hit your elites. It's going to cost you 500 coins. You're going to be able to sell that card for 5 or 10,000. And sometimes the silvers go for more than the golds and elite. So check your silvers, and that's how you rank up your coins, because we all started somewhere. And unless you're wanting to put real money in this game, you're going to have to put time, and effort into it. Do all your solos. They give us coins from those solos. They give us snow. You can turn that snow into different players. You can sell those players on the market. But to me, my principle has always been coin is king. I always try to take the coin when that opportunity is there. Use your power up passes efficiently. And this has nothing to do with Zero Chill. This is just an overall method of how you play the game. If you have a 91 or a 92 player on your team, that player has no value if you also have a power up pass. Sell that player, take the coins, use that power up pass on that player, and then use those coins to buy somebody else. That's how you stack coins, and you can do that all the way up with your power up passes. Take nat players from the programs, take the cards that they give you and use them smartly. If you've got a nat quarterback, don't take another nat quarterback. There's no reason to have 2 nat quarterbacks, right? Take a wide receiver, take a halfback, and just slowly start building your team. That way, when new promos come out and, maybe they release 5 cards that you can get from a solo, you do the solo and you're like, well, I don't really need any of these cards because I've been building my team throughout the year. Then you sell it, and then you just keep stacking your coins.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Low coins, do your solos, take the coins, do the get a player method. That's the 500 pack method, and just sell every card
Yeah.
that you pull.
Yeah. And then Fernie, I'm definitely, I can't say that I'm no money spent by any means, but I'm definitely low money spent. You know, I buy very, very, very few packs and bundles. And I'm sitting on pretty close to 6 million coins. Ignore the screen. That's false advertising. And it's like Platt said, the get a player, I've been doing that now for 3 years easily. Is it sexy? No, it's not sexy at all. It's like kissing your cousin. But you can definitely benefit from it. I've never lost on get a player. The other thing is the solos for sure. Online play, 1v1, you're not going to gain any coins. You know, even in draft mode, perhaps if you stick with it long enough. But your solos is where it's at, and Saturdays. Saturdays is my cash cow. That's when I go on and I stay away from the new legends. They're dope. Get away from them. I'll go to the legends from the previous week or maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'll focus on them. What's the price on all those pieces? What do I want to get them for? I put in a spreadsheet, and then I just sit there and I snipe. I rotate through all 5 of them. And you will get them at crazy prices because people, as a nature, have no patience. And they'll throw cards up for half the value, and then you grab it, and you flip it, boom, there's 10K. Boom, there's 5K. By the time my coffee's gone and it's Saturday afternoon and Mrs. Deeks yelling at me to do my chores, I made 200K. And that's no BS. So, a Cookie, question for you coming out. We see we're getting lots of questions, and I love it. We have a question from our guy, Jimmy Two Times, community legend and community DJ. He wants to know, do you think we're going to see the power-ups in the Christmas gifts? What's your take on that, Cookie?
Can I throw in my 2 cents on the other one?
You absolutely can, Cookie.
I'll
Please,
take
the floor is yours,
question.
sir. Yes, sir. Take them both.
If I like playing people online.
Mm-hmm.
I think what are a lot of people, if I was going to go in not spending any money, I would grind the hell out of MUT drafts.
Okay, good advice. Yeah.
The rewards in MUT draft are very good for trophies and for coins. Yeah, and what I would do with that is I would then get, because a touchdown pack's only 175 trophies. And if you grinded the hell out of that, that's what, 50,000 coins straight up with that. And it might take a little bit, or you could take, you could take a risk, and who knows what you could get out of a touchdown pack. So like that, but so my thought I would attack solo battles.
Sure.
And I would attack weekend league, and I would attack the MUT draft. And the reason I say weekend league is because weekend league, you're going to get a lot of trophies out of that, even if you win, because you're going to get put in with probably players of your equal or lesser caliber, and the reason I say that is because I've seen it firsthand. I go in there and I'm playing dub dot and all that shit, and excuse me, and
you're good.
I'll go in and I'll watch somebody that plays.
I'm just laughing. I get up against Johnny Appleseed, and my guy Cookie gets dub dot.
Like Young Kiv and whatever the hell that guy was, and then I'm getting that. Get all these guys, and then I'll see like somebody else, and they're playing like, I just got the game last week. So it's work. That's how the game is. You're going to get a competitive game. There's a good chance if you're anywhere decent the game, you're going to get 10 wins, or maybe 7 to 10, but you know what I mean? So it's like, why not take the chance? I mean, I like playing online. Some people don't. It's up to you. But obviously the solo battles are going to be big. But and the sliders are turned up on those. But I would go. Those would be my things. MUT draft for trophies, or for whatever the competitive points, and then to touchdown packs. That's how I would do it. But
great advice. Great advice, Cook.
Now to Jimmy's question, no, I don't think there's going to be power-ups. I think they attach the power-ups to the 50 program, and that's their big power-up push. Because those, getting a power-up from the 50, you got to sell your kidney to get one of those, because they're so expensive. But I don't think you're going to get that. I think it's just going to be a high-end card that maybe somebody already has a power-up out there, or it's just not going to come with one. Because to me. I think a lot of these are going to be probably some cards that, maybe already exist. And so I don't know if they're going to me, I don't think they're going to have a power up attached. That's just my opinion on it. But.
Platt, do you have anything to chime in on that with the power ups, RE gifts?
So it's interesting. I didn't really think about, the power up aspect of it. So let's take like Tim Brown, for example. If that XL gift is Tim Brown. Do I think the power up will come with it? Yes, I do. I do think that the power up will come with it, because how else are you going to get it? Will he be in packs? Will you have to do a set to get it? Or will he just maybe not have a power up? I don't know. I think that for the players who don't have power ups already in the game, I think they'll probably come with it. For the players, like take a Mike Vick, I don't think his will come with a power up, because most people already have him,
Sure.
or you can go buy him. But
Yeah.
Tim Brown, I think for anyone new dropping in the game, I think it'll probably come with the power up. But it's interesting to think about.
Yeah, it seems. Am I wrong? Team of the Week and Mutt 50 are the ones who are holding back the power ups. And I think, we see them with the other one, the Legends, of course. I mean, they're in the challenges, solos every day. And that's another one. Fernie, Saturday morning, be the first one and get those solos done in your Legends and get that power up. More times than not, they go over 10 to 20K for 5 minutes.
Those guys last week were going for 40K.
But it's that window. Right. You got to be quick. You got to be on a draw. You got to be, it's like your honeymoon.
And the solos go live before the actual cards are in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So normal changeover time is 10:35 Eastern. Yeah. Normally at a little before 10:30, you can catch those solos going live.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they go live, you got to get in there. You just win the game. Grind the clock, chew clock. Just get out of there with a dub. Win it 3-0. Get out. Go check the price of it and sell it immediately, and you'll make coins.
So before we go over too far, I see a lot of questions on the next gen. I say a lot meaning two. We're going to talk to Platt and Cookie and Swain next week, and maybe we can do a little quarter or 15-minute session on next gen and Xbox Series, whatever the heck it is, and talk on that. The other question I see note here, and it's from our guy Average Joker. Appreciate you, sir. Charles Woodson Master, Derrick Henry Master, Bobby Wagner Master. Do you guys see Randy Moss as being a master in this program? I know it's not a topic that Platt wants to talk about, so we'll start with Cookie.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
It's hard to speculate. The presents haven't alluded to that yet to me, but I sure hope so. I would really like to see Randy Moss. He's probably one of the face of Mutt, outside of a couple people, but and he's a fan favorite. And for God's sakes, the guy had his own ability. I know. So, it would be a disservice not to have him in Madden. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it seems like it's an awfully long time without him. And this game re-ups in summer, and we're almost to the new year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's only a matter of time before all the programs dry up, and we're hoping for golden tickets after Easter, and Easter will be here before we know it.
I'm telling you, Cookie, you are so right. Crap gets real after Christmas. It goes really fast. And
right.
Every year I find that once this program hits, it's like you blink and all of a sudden it's stagnant. It's a stagnant game, and we're playing this little game where cartoon characters are trying to go through a fucking obstacle course. Excuse my language. Sorry, YouTube. Platt, what's your thought? I know, listen, this is sensitive for you, and me as well. We're both Randy Moss lovers, but especially for you. What's your thoughts? Are we going to see in this promo? How do you feel deep inside your heart of hearts here during the holiday season, my friend?
I feel like we have to.
Yeah,
I feel like if we don't get in this program, it's hard for me to say that we're not going to get him. Like, I don't want to speak that into existence, but from things that I'm seeing online, mobile got him. Somebody told me that mobile has had him all year, which I didn't know that. I don't know that to be true. It's just what somebody told me. But I specifically saw a screenshot that they got him just like they got the Charles Woodson. They got a Christmas card, Randy Moss and mobile, like today. Like it was announced today. So,
and when did we get him last year? Thanksgiving? Am I right on that?
We got him pretty early in the year.
As a legend?
As a legend.
It's a shame I can't remember that. It's awful. It's awful.
I would have to look that one up. But
I don't know when Moss came into fruition in the game. Didn't that come a little later than Randy Moss?
So Moss's first card was the NFL 100.
Interesting.
Well, we got the Mutt 10 card. So Mutt, 10 years old. We got the 92 overall Ultimate Team 10 was what it was called.
Yeah, the chat's
Mutt 10.
agreeing 100%. Chat's in on you. Yeah, they're all over Plat.
Yeah, so we got the Mutt 10 card, and then we got the NFL 100 Randy Moss,
Mhm.
and then we got the Ultimate Legend Randy Moss.
Right.
So those were the 3 cards. You know, the Mutt 10 was relatively early in the year, though. It was a 92 overall. So you think where we're at now, Randy would be getting his second card right about now.
Mhm.
You know, last
Mhm.
year about this time he got about his second card. So the fact that we haven't gotten him yet, you know, it's concerning. I feel like this makes the most sense. We've gotten Randy Moss Christmas cards in the past. You know, we have the Zero Chill Master Legend. We got the defensive and Charles Woodson,
Mhm.
and then we got, you know, an offensive Derrick Henry. So we have a defensive current player in Bobby Wagner. That means we're going to get a legend, offensive master card, 95 overall. I say that it has to be Randy.
I
It's
agree.
got to be like, if it's not, then if we don't get him, when do we get him?
Mhm.
You know,
There's
when
no
do we-
way he turned it down. There's no way he turned down the rights. I love
I
Randy
mean, he's
Moss,
in
but
mobile. If he's in mobile, that means he
Yeah.
could be in mud. It means EA has the rights.
because I
So,
mean we all know that the guy's great, but the guy's got an ego. He wants to see himself in Madden. He always will. He doesn't need money. He's made enough money. He's smart with his money. He's also an anchor. So it's not about money. He wants to be in the game. He's in the game. It's just why EA's waiting so long, who knows? I mean, but you know, with that being said, you got to understand, and Kookie, you alluded to it, we've gotten a lot of great former players. And I'm not going to say legends, because some are former players that were good, but they weren't all legends. Sorry, chat. You know, don't at me. But we've gotten a lot, and that's great. It's a great variety for theme teams. It's a great variety for the game. However, when you add that, something has to come out. You know, if you're not going to increase the content, and we all know EA didn't do that. So something has to come out, and that's why we're missing these players. Like, you know, Pat Mahomes, he needs an upgrade. I mean, I don't even like the guy or the team. No offense, Sniper, I love you, brother. But I mean, you know what? Not a big fan, but he needs a card. The way he's playing, he needs a card. And there's others too we always spoke of. And you know, with all these extra former players coming in, maybe that's why it's been so slow this year. I think we got to see him over this break, over this promo. I think we have to. I'll be shocked. I hope next week we're not talking about Platt smashing the system and everything he has that has EA on it.
surprise me and make you trade all of your XL gifts in to get Randy Moss. Make it crazy to get him. Come on,
Yeah.
Madden. Come on, Madden. You can't even get me jerseys.
Yeah.
Make me trade
I
all
would
the
pay-
XL
I
players to
would
get Randy
pay
Moss.
coins for Moss. No questions asked.
Would that be a D move to make you trade all your XL presents in of all each color to get Randy Moss, or would that be?
Oh man, yeah, I can see that. But
I think so too.
I do have one last question coming from me, and I think Platt said it, and I apologize, I missed it. So we'll start with Platt. What do you guys think? You know we're going to get the Ghost of Past, Present, and Future. What's your overalls on those? And Platt, we'll start with you. I think you mentioned it, sir.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be 93, 94, and 95. I think the futures, you know, the young kids, I think they'll be 93s.
Right.
Could be 92s, but I think they'll stair step it.
Mm-hmm.
It may be 92, 93, 94, could be 93, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
You know, I think present will be in the middle, the present players. So those could be like 93, 94s.
Yeah.
And the past players will traditionally, they've been the highest.
Yeah.
So those would be like a 94 overall or 95.
And I'll save time before we go to Cookie. I'm right on with you. I feel it's going to be 93, 94, 95 in that order. Going backwards, of course. Future, present, and past, with 95s being the past. Cookie, what say ye for the Ghost of the Past, Present, and Future overall?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we're to the 96 level yet.
No, I like to think we are, but yeah.
So I think we're gonna be somewhere around that, like what Platt said. I can't see it being any much different. So
and I think a lot of people are going to lose their mind with Mahomes only being 94. But you know what? At the end of the day, you throw him in that power up, you know, and you put him on a team with Go Deep, what have you. He's going to be a 96, 97. I mean, come on, we're only at Christmas, right? We're only at Christmas, so I understand.
You got to give
Sorry,
the
Coke.
power up some benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because if it's not, if they're already up there
Yeah.
and you have a thing, why do you need the damn power up? You
Yeah.
don't, because it's really just a couple of things at that point.
And I think that Randy Moss being the Ghost of Christmas past 95 is very appropriate. It's been too late. You know, you're right. I'm not gonna jump on you at all, buddy. You're very right. It's too late, but hey, better late than never is what Mr. Deke says. And when you put him in that power up and he turns into a 96 and with Pat's Kim in 98, let's go. You know, you're all set, right, with that 6'3" frame. And next thing you know, you're getting your 84 jersey out and back home. One clap.
I'm gonna send out the day that he comes out, depending on what's on the front of that card. I got all of his jerseys. It's always been my favorite player. So I got his Raiders jersey. I got his, obviously I got his Vikings and Pats.
All the podcast viewers, YouTube and Twitch, how excited is Platt going to be when that card You want to see a kid at Christmas drop that Randy Moss card, and if Mrs. Platt can film his reaction when he sees it, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Going 6 to midnight real quick.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so we actually did go over something that was great. I thought we had a great show. So on behalf of myself, the Deekster, thank you so much for our guy, Kooky Kookaburra. Can you tell us, Kooky, where we're going to catch you through the week in between podcasts? This is the third time you filled in. Where can we find you, sir?
Kooky Kookaburra on Twitch. Fight nights every Tuesday night.
Great time. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Thank you. I every once in a while I'll stream some football, but mainly I leave the Madden to the experts. We also, but mainly we do SSL boxing as a part of the BCOT. And Tuesday nights is where you could find us, 8:30. So come and watch. You could be a fighter, and you could have a chance to win prizes. So make sure you check me out there, and on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, I'm around everybody else's stream, as you know, lurking all the time, hanging out. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
And for those on our podcast on Spotify, we got a Kooky floating a sign there, hashtag free tone, free Caxter. For those in the community, we understand what's going on there.
Fix that.
Let's get it right. Let's fix that. There's more important things, EA. And I'm not a negative person. I'm not saying any of my co-hosts are either. But you know what? Fix that. Let's get it right. Platt, where can we find you, good friend? This week
at Platinum Woods, Twitter, twitch.tv/Platinum Woods. You can always find me in Cut Fox's chat and Swing Games chat, Deekster's chat, all the guys. I'm in there, cutting up and carrying on. So just want to say, a couple guys have gotten banned that are close to this community.
Yes, sir.
Me specifically, Tone is one of my favorite people in the world, one of my best friends. I can't believe that EA is doing this to people who just want to play their game and engage with their game. I feel like they're being, they're being unfairly picked on because they don't spend a lot of money. They spend time playing the game, and I don't feel that that's right. So, I don't know who listens to our podcast who will see this. But if it gets to somebody,
you never know.
Do something about it. Look into this. Look into the guys that have been banned, permanently banned, who just want to play your game. They're not out there DC glitching people. They're not out there, doing anything illegal. They're just playing your game.
Just grinding hard. Yeah, and those are fantastic points. And before we close off, if I can just jump on the bandwagon. Both those guys, huge community supporters, both of them huge stream supporters, just giving back to the community, giving back in a positive way for those who don't have. And I'm speaking of that on a private note. They really do. They give back for those who don't have and make sure they're happy enjoying the game. And then you do this. You know what, EA, this is what I talked last week about join the Sith, join the dark side. It can happen. On those notes, thank you all. It's been a great show. I got to thank my co-hosts. I love them both. Our guy, Kooky Kookaburra and Platinum Woods. You guys are fantastic. Swing Games, all the best to you and your family, my friend. We're thinking about you. Hopefully, we'll see us all back next week. Wes Nessman, my guy, too. Don't forget about him prior to the podcast. Good night, everybody. It's a crazy time of year. Be safe out there, but more importantly, be kind. Love you all, and good night.